Let's go back to 10 years old. I walked around with my business, my briefcase, full of business. There was no business in it, but I wanted to be a business guy, but you really didn't know what it was. By junior high, I was buying candy and reselling it at school. By high school, I was already trading on the stock market.
So let's take these one at a time. So the candy sales. Who gave you that idea? Did you just understand, oh, if I can buy it for less than I sell it, then I can make money?
That's just, hey, doing whatever it took to make money. I always wanted to make money. I always had money, even when I was a kid, because I always worked whatever job I could find, whether it was mowing somebody's yard or washing cars or selling lemonade to the construction workers. It was just always about making money. I just say, you know, I'm just trying to make a few dollars. I have a few little businesses, and you know, my main business is a company called Landry's. It's about 600 restaurants, and Landry's owns everything from Mastro's to Martin's to Rainforest to Bubba Gump to Saltgrass to Ocean Air to Dos Caminos to Bill's Burgers, and on and on and on. There's like 50
How many?
brands.
50.
Yeah, about 50 brands and over 500 restaurants. And then the 5 Golden Nugget casinos are mine, and then and aquariums, amusement parks, catch, and then I have this little sports team called the Houston Rockets, and I do that on the side when I'm not busy.
I did an interview yesterday with somebody who's really popular right now, and they're very young, and yet they said they already have those valleys where they went into a funk, like they were burnt out.
Right, after like 2 years of working hard or something.
Yeah, and I just said, you know what's funny is I've never had a burnout, ever. I've been going like this for a long time.
Decades.
35, 40 years.
Wow.
Even. I mean, I started going at it in my teens hard, and I never had that burnout. And I think that's kind of a state of mind that if you're going to get burnt out if you want to get burnt out. But I always was going like this, and so I just kind of felt like I'm so fortunate to have it going. Why should I ever let the momentum go the other way? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you know, one of my great sayings is there's positive people and negative people. And when you're with a negative person or you're with a positive person, one of two things is going to happen. The negative person is going to make the positive person negative, or you're going to take the negative person and make them positive. So I've always paid attention to who I've always been around also. And I never wanted to be around people that didn't want to achieve.
Right.
But I've never even come close to saying, I'm done, I'm burnt out, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right.
Well, you just got to keep punching and just take care of your business, and you just realize until they come and shut you down or lock the doors or you can't get product or whatever, until you can't make a payroll. You'd be surprised what you can take, though. And you just keep punching, and believe it or not, times, you know, get good. And it goes back to what I once again preach. When times are really bad, we forget they're ever going to be good again. And when times are really good, we forget they're going to be bad again. And we need to always remember that so the paddle doesn't get you. 95% of everything we do is right every day in business. But look for the 5% you do wrong, and that's what makes you better than everybody else. There are no spare customers, okay? It's a competitive world in every one of our businesses. Take no out of your damn vocabulary. You're on a business trip and it's 11:02. You hang up the phone and on a call, and you call down to order some breakfast, and they say, I'm sorry, sir, we don't serve breakfast anymore. I say, that's okay, no problem. I don't need a waffle or an eggs Benedict. Just throw a couple of eggs in a skillet and send them up scrambled, however it's easy for you to do. I'm sorry, sir, we don't serve breakfast. Why are you telling me no? I didn't ask you for anything special. You're going to throw a burger in the pan, just throw me a couple of eggs and take care of me. You're in the hospitality business, okay? And you're telling me no. And everybody's in the hospitality business no matter what they do. You take care of your customer, okay? You take care of your customer. It's no different than we walk in and your people meet us polite. You put a welcome up on the screen. You come in here, everybody, can I get you some water? Tilman, can I do this for you? You're in the service business.
Everybody
so why do you want to be an ass and say no to somebody when it's just as easy to say yes, or you just give an alternative?
Because the company's being run by somebody who's not. Because these companies get big and they hire somebody who fucking went to Harvard and fucking worked at Bain and McKinsey, and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Don't ever outlive where you are in your business life. And
What's
you know,
that mean?
What that means is that there's so many people that get a little success in a business, and they go get a lifestyle that is bigger than the business. And then all of a sudden the business takes a dip a little bit, and they've got to keep up this lifestyle, so they're sucking more money out of the business than they should. You know, I complain to my people all the time, I'm poor, I don't have any money, because I always put everything back in the business, and I just try to take out a few crumbs to live on. Because I've always made the business first and not me first. But that's why I have a great business and I own 100% of it, so it really doesn't matter. But a lot of people start with a company and they become entrepreneurs, they get some success and they're buying more houses they can afford, or more cars, or art, or they philanthropy, oh, I want to be recognized for giving this away, and then all of a sudden their business dips and they can't do it anymore, and then their business fails because they took all the money out and they're not putting it back in because they're trying to keep their lifestyle. I always made my business number one. I never put myself ahead of my business.
Well, I mean, I can't get into some details that people know that I don't know, but if you walk into my office for a meeting, I don't care what department you're in, I will pick apart whatever you have. And you better know your numbers when you walk in there with a spreadsheet, or you better have your ads right if you're the marketing person walking in. But you also, you know if people know what they're doing. But it's my job to make sure and bring everybody up to another level. And I think that's probably one of the greatest compliments I've ever gotten, is that I'll take somebody good and make them better. I learned how the restaurant business works.
Yep.
Okay, then you go to school, you get out, and I got into the development business, was building homes, got into the video game business, the Pac-Man asteroids.
Talk to me about that.
I just timed it right.
No, I don't know this. I don't know a lot about anything, so that's why I love having these things. What did you do with that? I remember.
Back in the 80s, you had Asteroids that came out, and it was the first real video game. And then became Defender and Pac-Man and all of those. Well, I saw that the world was changing, and so I went out and bought these machines and started putting them in restaurants around, and all of a sudden I look up and I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash.
Right.
Okay.
Are you literally driving your Cadillac around, grabbing buckets of fucking quarters?
No, but I went out, probably in the first, I can't remember it, but eventually we had a few trucks doing it. Of course. And all I remember is carrying all these big bags of quarters, and and it was, all I know is I was in high cotton. I was feeling really good about myself. And did that for a few years, which gave me the opportunity to start building homes and little shopping centers. And then I built my first hotel when I was 26 years old in my hometown, which I still own today.
That's cool.
And that's kind of the story. And then the development business came apart. All the banks failed in the late 80s. This is a great story, and I talk about it in the book. I had loans at like 9 different banks in the late 80s in Texas. And that's when this crisis was as bad as the 08, 09
yeah, 87,
crisis.
The Black Friday was horrible.
That was the world came apart.
Yep.
Every bank that I did business with failed before I did. And so this $2 million worth of loans, which was a bunch of money in the 80s, okay?
Yeah,
there was nobody to pay. All of a sudden you have to make a payment and there's nobody to make a payment to. The bank is gone. The FDIC has shut them motherfuckers down.
Just, you're the ones always that everybody else is worried about. We bought a couple of companies in the last week.
Right.
And it's because we were opportunists, and we're the ones who can always deliver.
Wow.
And we're the ones who have the funding, the due diligence to do it quickly. We outwork people. A lawyer of mine who handles all the M&A, he was at the office from 9 a.m. Sunday a week ago till Monday night at 9 p.m., 36 straight hours getting a deal done. Okay, it's just a culture of we are the best. Even today, it's all about, somebody said, why are you so successful? Because I sell. And even when you go out and you raise billions of dollars in debt and you're meeting with debt holders, you're still selling yourself. That's what it's all about. You're not just selling the deal. When I was public for 18 years, okay, and you're selling equity, I did 5 follow-on offerings, the most a restaurant company ever did when I was public. And you are selling yourself, and you know your numbers, you know your business, and you make yourself that you know more than everybody else, even if you don't.